It is wrong. We can't live with that a substantive minister of defense for almost about 3 months. It's not done anywhere.
7 months.
It is not. No, sorry. Yeah. It's not done anywhere. Now Burkina army uniformed. Now Otima Barush a Ghana territory more because you know we need military exchanges. ECOWAS will be brushed. They'll be bruised. They'll be angry. How did they manage to come in? That terrorists no more kono. So almost a Burkina for ebe take a cover to come and maybe omo eba bede ebe surrender omo.
Yes.
Then the anger now turns out to Ghana. When in the history in America, I chief Mexican president, all the drug cartels are at the focus and the vocal point of Americans' invasion in some of this country.
Air drugs.
Air drugs. America abeje kwai no. Nti banesi can be me pacho Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mun tone down. It is good to condemn. Condemn on the basis of the international language.
Okay. Entebusia openye our hub na yitie no ngatekete no aka no. Na wo kuje to ablakwa. Asemesi na US na ade a wo de enko yes serew Ghana ba yes serew. Yes say one hwa sa George Walker Bush highway. Yo lukwana besila pass no. Donald Trump be tutu na ade o. Yo ntimo de mo kasa mo hwe niye. Na yese omoche Burkina Faso sojafo bi ewo ye boda so. Na omoche omo oman na yebisa omo se omo yira na no munim se omo Ghana. Hwe awo have say amanfo ane Burkina akon so mo ti se omo be fa Ghana so e na omo de be saranda omo dia ane omo do mabufo be ba nso ya so be hye. Opanye ne se ensi u be biada so almost 7 months ni on mind wo asase so woni defense minister. The defense minister the finance minister. Ato no for say wo finance ministry enti pobifu fro o pekrafa she muntaka interior asa because they the same adequate na besi na ne nya biaye US ni Venezuela nso ntokwa no wabawirim de ntia Donald Trump na nya brigidi say crude oil yawo Donald Trump or a businessman apart.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
After you setting komono na assembly started say kokwa what follow conversation no menim opposition wo US Venezuela so bit me bo obi mamu say akwache no ye name international law and politics but from all standpoint what's going on?
Well, I think sir you and I know sir the UN setup and the history of the UN.
Yeah.
They're superpowers of the world. There's no doubt about that. China is a superpower, Russia is a superpower, France is a superpower, United States of America is a superpower. And we have the 5 permanent UN Security Council members.
Right.
But as time goes on, say India, when they are warm, they are pushing, say they have to be part. But if you look up there, what makes them superpowers? Superpowers in a way, say, they had colonies, a lot of colonies under them. French, they never colonized anywhere in Europe. They were not in Europe. They colonized a lot of countries in Africa, especially West Africa, Central Africa. Omo called the Caribbean, Martinique areas, Français. Omo called the South Pacific, New Caledonia, Tahiti, Kiribati, those sides. The South Pacific. So they were able to get a lot of colonies around them. That made them more or less a superpower to some extent because they colonized a lot of countries. Now, United Kingdom, the UKs or the British, they also did the same thing. They colonized about 35-40% of the world countries, including the United States itself, indirectly. But what they say?
Yes.
Now, America, Africa, didn't colonize any country. Liberia, America not colonizing. It was America, your friend is a NGO organization being a colonizer in a country and be adopted into the whole African continent. America one.
Okay.
America one colonize a country be Asia to some extent. Olivu, and I say, or baby part, but or won't say Japan, China, or any of those countries in the American colony. And to say United States stands now, the congregation of the colonized nations are only be Asia to some extent.
Yeah.
Now, America, or called the South Pacific, that is Australia, New Zealand, sandwich about 13 or 14, Tahiti, Kiribati, and then those Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, and those countries, Nauru, Niue Island. America, Solomon Island, quite India.
Okay.
Even with that one, just somehow disputed. Now, no America, no, the Caribbean cities or the Caribbean states, the stretch,
yeah,
they took over more or less like leaders, or they took over like colonial masters in disguise. However, and your islands, no. The islands belongs to the Dutch. What they say?
Yes.
Dutch, the Hollands, and the France, and the British. And Texas and Caicos, Barbados, Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, all those ones. Then British for there.
Okay.
And then the Dutch, Curaçao, Suriname, okay, and a lot of them, and so the Dutch there. And a French, if one so far, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Française, Martinique, what and what. Nina also, I could say Martin.
Yeah.
Nina also say French
for there.
Why is American in there? They didn't have any.
Yeah.
America was the edge. Panama and Puerto Rico, to some extent. Only islands. But more or less, British on show the presence. I get it me.
Yes.
And French in disguise. Or no, the Caribbean states in as Paris metropole.
Okay.
Guadeloupe, for instance, Martinique, Française, for instance, or Dombeka Paris budget. And those countries in the Caribbean are French islands, Omunina is seen as Paris a metropole.
Okay.
And they add them to the budget of Paris. But in disguise, it's a country with flag, in this country with independence.
Okay.
It's a country with their presidential terms.
Okay.
France is still in control. The same thing applies to the South Pacific, Kiribati, Tahiti, New Caledonia, still San Romeo.
Right.
Now here is the catch. America took interest of a country like Haiti. Of our Haiti 1915. Of our Haiti 1934. Clinton be invaded Haiti 1994.
Okay.
I get me. America, Panama, America, Nicaragua, and those countries. And indeed, Venezuela, these are Spaniora islands. They are Spanish.
Okay.
Spanish for instance, were islands.
Okay.
But where's the Spanish? Spanish for no Latin American world and also Fabi. But Spain is not a superpower.
Okay.
Why is it not a superpower? They were very calm. They didn't push for the agenda. Either than that, also a lot of countries within the Latin American context,
Right.
Mexico, Argentina, Peru, El Salvador, San Salvador, all those are Latin, South and South American, except
but still, superpower.
superpower. What else?
Yes.
And the Portuguese went into the same South America with Brazil as the only place also concentrate TNT.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, issue of President Boadu Krum. We accuse you of oil drugs. We accuse you of money laundering. We accuse you of doing XYZ. It's always initiated, not by the UK. Interestingly.
Yes.
It's always not initiated by the Dutch, who have more islands. Neither has it been initiated by the French, are also islands.
And I'm more influence.
Also influence because they are their colonies.
The
and
colonies.
Still, Suriname and Curaçao and all those, Holland about 5 islands. But quietly, Holland, I accuse you Surinamis, but the world knows that Suriname is another hub. The world knows that Curaçao is another hub. Guadeloupe for the French and co. Everybody knows that it be a coso. But I'm yet to see a British government also Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know me now will be in Jamaica. The first thing that comes to mind, excuse me, is weed. But the Ben UK, alcohol or any Jamaican prime minister or president because they accuse them say omu produce mass production export of weed.
Okay.
And why the US particular interest? and then particular interest, especially the country Venezuela. Venezuela, indeed, say an English colonized country, neither a French colonized country, neither an American native colonized country. And can say a Spanish for the India.
Okay.
In American interest. Of course, business are kokoso. America will any interest. Venezuela, oil is issue.
Okay.
That is whole business about.
Oil.
Because yes, country American in beef. The Caribbean islands and supposed to be what undoubtedly Cuba. As in America, almost Fidel Castro.
One question.
Almost indicted Fidel Castro for almost 20-something years. Yet, no UN General Assembly with military uniform P. chamber anymore. American for Anchino. Raul, we any new American for Cochin. But no more beef, no more to come no. They've accused them of all these things. They've accused Cuba, say, we're a terrorist nation. They've accused Cuba, say, or supported terrorism, or accused Cuba up to a whole lot of things. Yet, America will call Cuba and Cochu.
Okay.
But Panama, or Cochi Noriga. Since 1989, 90, I'm in tomb. So for 36 good years, until just now. Now, US another president, Biaba, or say, only there, or pardon no. Yanchino Kwampaso, ne charges in Yanukre. But yet, the same president, Ebai, EBD 4 years, koi. Nan Noriga them. That time, one who say, Nanya Kwampaso. I didn't went down at that time until now, no be pardon Namanako. A day before, so obey or Wakoche, another Venezuela person. Now, Honduras.
Yes.
What I say? Juan Orlando Hernandez. Juan Orlando Hernandez was accused, indicted by United States in the same fashion. Only do try to term we are that we in the presidency. No, Adana na Omiyade 2022. I stand to be corrected, but that's the date I think. And Omokokofa Juan Hernandez. Meanwhile, no match any brother know them. Accuse him of the same thing. Now, a person had jailed about 45 years. Another US president comes. Now says that no, my pardon no. But these were crimes American justified through their intelligence and everything. Said their Maduro, the same thing.
They will justify it.
They justified, approved and proven. Until then, Obia ma justified in a tomb from 2022.
Yes.
Ne brother them, no a president. Na machino. Now another president comes. Now Onono said no, my pardon. Okay, you must say interesting question. No pardon, no. Hernandez or him. Or didn't pardon the nisi play more than a koi pa a yana Honduras. And I said on the street of New York.
Right.
Na se obi a indict too. Uku prison sentence for America. Now you're United States prisoner no. When you're United States nationality or citizen.
Yeah.
See you are not allowed to stay in the country subject to deportation.
Okay.
Or otherwise to any friendly country or person who accept you because of the political background. As we speak, Hernandez, US, prompting on Attorney General, prompting on State Prosecutor, Kruma said, no, crime na mama befa no. It was state records also.
Okay.
In Tisana Tiadia, Yasukrano, you push the agenda of Interpol, Monfanim. Has America spoken about it? No. Would they release him or not? What you will be, or a prisoner, what you will be, or a drug operator, and all kind of money laundering, and was sentenced in 45.
Yes.
Will be tried 2 to 3 years. Obiaba, see in Jano. Okay, yeah, we na de no kohin. Statutory. Any immigration status, American kind. So you see, say, America does not say or you're answerable to anybody.
Is this democracy? Is this the sovereignty I can't want to say? Because you, from what you are narrating, you clearly cannot understand. A pattern or more.
It's a American chooses no pick it. They're benefiting no yet. That is the foreign policy. Of course, a big way or a big superpower. Obetina says the is Kasim or say or international policing. But always they go what is called unilateral. They take unilateral decisions. And then when they are ready, even the president of the United States of America, say, on Congress, that makes the laws and that approves sanctioning of all these wars and as an invasion of any, or say, so a country room, the news will be leaked.
Okay.
Into our country room. But the U.S. executive presidential order is where the case is. It's so powerful that the president decided, so unknown order, not the Congress, unknown order, not the Senate. Now over that pen said, U.S. military, now army is so interested. Or no, your commander in chief or that said, Monkonkofa Ghana country na yamfankan. It is the order of the United States.
Wow.
Now you come to ask, where's the UN Convention on the UN status or the UN laws or the UN Commission agreements in Yemen, the 940. The 940 strictly against invasion without proper or in any form of invasion.
Yes. Use of force.
Use of force. But now look at it from the angle, say, Guterres, UN Secretary General, because we're not yet seen to be the leader of the world or president of the world. And that is what a member country that's supposed to subscribe under you is doing. America or Iraq. Unilateral decision. I say against all international laws to serve the interests of the United States and serve the interests of the world. Of the world. Who authorizes and who validates the interests of the world? It's about Caribbean region now, also for American citizens. To protect them. As American citizens, Caribbean islands. So citizens are protect them. They say, no, you citizens, Caribbean free holiday makers. Okay. And the laws changes from one country to another. About Saddam Hussein, the word hard pressed say our weapons of mass destruction. Emma, the disgrace and the rise and fall of your friend is the UK president, prime minister.
Yes.
Okay. Our Kudichi. Our supported the agenda of George Bush or the Kutu Saddam. Obama followed also another agenda of Gaddafi in 2013. Okay. And also here they Okoyi Mama al-Gaddafi. Ifriho. With Hillary Clinton being the Secretary of State. She also Obama and so a kind of fast so accused Libya. And a kind of fast accused Gaddafi. And in Myanmar, America decided to do for them. At the end of the day, some of us who do know that country, they had the best country, the best economy, the best system of governance at the time than anywhere in Africa. Libya didn't have one refugee in anywhere in Europe. Libya had every money. They didn't have a shortage of even apartment, a room, or whatever. As a time now, the population here 4 million, no see dying 10 million.
A dying Google
locked up.
Such a country, no say it's not well governed.
That crowd say no sakubu egu. Waiting for a student to take classroom or be school. The car ni key ni insurance and then the dying are ready. On top of it in Nisika or the Bewari are ready. To the extent say a drew baby now boy Libya member to say young man to some our son our young warrior or Domoko Poland and then your friend is saying Czech Republic mother country say Unko Suya Krakeke said yes Sebi ni obasida no bewari ni ira anti obano etuaka momko da hotel or Poland. That's what Gaddafi did for them.
Right.
Or Pampao, Accra 9 years was allowed to drive a car, provided they were good side. I will be a new car insurance, will be a new fuel car subsidized. Or money, will be a man or about 6,000, will be a Libyan nationality, or man $6,000 a month.
Wow.
Yet Timothy Nasi, as such a president. But what I said, it is not the longevity of the person serving power in this country, but the usage and abuse of the power. Did Gaddafi or abuse power or not? One would say yes, but he didn't abuse any power. Why? Because say ade ma ekru eye kru. Ufi mo highway ba. Bola pass saying Prajana is a bola no. Kofa e onkofu fia. Om dia besi main road no sa ya nsa mountain. Anajo 4 a.m. Oba kubi ankrama waguru no nyina gu street. So hu okọ your friend is saying Kwashima Junction.
Yes.
Bola ni gu hosa. Okọ odokwa bola ni gu hosa. Did this happen? Is that what we call a democracy? No. I prefer say Odin Dimiso, Nami wa even any je, me frame who say nipa, me what damn papa, me won't sue, me electricity, me what damn papa them. Rather than say, me fro be say yes, Dimiso or a Democrat, but me be behind you.
Hey, Basa, disorganized country.
There is it. And then if you look at the practices of the Western Hemisphere, name one, taking America out, but when you come to Europe, do they have that at say, Oko 4 terms, 2 terms, Ukraine?
No.
Do we have that in Europe? Merkel of Germany, or your Bundeskanzler, or how many years? 20 years. Meanwhile, Germany is a pillar of democracy in Europe. And what is the difference between Onwa Odi 20 and Odi say?
And yes, say a longevity, human rights abuse. And then Angela Merkel, it made 20 years.
20 years.
Oh, Germany,
and she's not, yes. And he's not the only person. She's not the only person. She wasn't the only person. Oba Italy. How many prime ministers of Italy? Omako back to back.
Berlusconi crowd.
Berlusconi, serve you.
Yes.
Say you Berlusconi, how many times? Obedi no ako. Italian kofa Romano Prodi, one of the best UN accountant there. Then Oba Omzo, sorry, go away. Yampano Omsa kofa Berlusconi, and repeatedly in around most of the European countries because the European and Middle Europe, especially prime ministers, countries like Holland, countries like Belgium. When you come to Middle Europe, Switzerland, Austria, nobody even knows the prime minister's name. But they are there serving over 3, 4, 5 terms. Because Juma country no one BBA function. And it's not about any abuse, but it's just on making sure.
Okay.
A BSC, Malaysia, Mahathir, and then your friend is saying, look when you did 27 years, the Boadu country, which is not bad.
But Africa,
Argentina, Ghana, Argentina, Caribbean lands, Argentina, Venezuela, Argentina, Latin America, Central America, and the Bibiba. See a country, America by accusing. So, honey, the corridors, because the next border, bigger border to the United States. What can you You get it?
Yes.
Venezuela, baby, or ne baby, United States war. So, either so obey swimming, and now obey submarine, and now the flying boat, and the back. But what about Mexico now on any war border? When in the history in America, I could check Mexican president.
Refugees no muchesi
refugees. But all the drug cartels are at the focus and the vocal point of Americans' invasion in some of this country.
Air drugs.
And Mexico suswe. Mexico di mkwachi omuli de biada. Peru mkwachi obiya hoda. Colombiana, which are America for creating eco fighting. Colombia, SLP ko. Yanche Colombia leader. What about El Salvador? Argentina munyina no awo niema omo ye. But yanche obia. But the issue with Venezuela, the issue with Hugo Chavez and San Robeu, throughout the 13 years in I was this. But the catch here is that as we speak, the world, the topmost better crude oil was the one that was found in Libya before Gaddafi year between.
Yeah.
And then the best quality also was Libya and Venezuela.
See oil na
papa. But let us not also forget, say, in the history of the United States, from Woodrow Wilson time from 1915 way back by permanent, the American president or a businessman what come out not from the political chamber, but from the business chamber.
Community, yeah.
Business community is this man.
Now, business in Pony also follow the same pattern.
But when I'm just on crying, they who tell them, only doing say business in the womb.
Okay. Ono de bepe o no kra mo.
There be business no wo make sure said the other one Clinton na do administrative.
Yeah.
O me a politician.
But we the business wo.
Business na ho asem na kan. What did they say? Business one asem na kan. Jimmy Carter mu nyina no they were political, administrative, military, former military persons. No munya businessman.
We entrepreneur.
But the first American fully fledged businessman. Nya Kennedy mo no anyway.
Okay.
And to be busa ho say. Obi musa say adenti ne ekochi Maduro. Ne de na ba America. Nke China, nke ense ne de no ko ade ne amfa ko Capitol Hill. Washington DC. Why New York? Why Brooklyn? Why New York? Ɛhɔ ne indicting. Ɛhɔ na ayi ne bae. Because you New York. Papa we New York and what? And in Brooklyn ɛhɔ na adwuma no. Ɛna ɔbaa no ne ire no enua mema na ne achi wo mu no. New York no mu da.
Okay.
Majority of them say. And America the center, California and New York, ɛhɔ na befanse drug business no. Ɛhɔ na business no.
Okay.
Enti adenti na ese ode no betu New York.
That's the reason.
Yes.
Okay.
But in the justifications as America they be can say they are protecting the interests of America, interests of the world, and indeed they are claiming or they say a lot of new drugs, which is a chemical drug, are for a Maduro mo I invented or makriti are ni by America. Yes, one would understand say the drugs of the world. America, within that region, Latin America, Central America, the Caribbean belt, you do drugs, they don't send it to Jamaica. They don't send it. America need the biggest receiving end.
They are protecting that.
That one would understand because if you happen to be in Washington, if you happen to be in California, in New York, now say they be Americans now destroyed that. On that note, Tunbaka said, but the point is that how well have they tried to solve it? And how, say, Omye choose and pick.
Okay.
And they say if the whole Caribbean and they produce that particular drugs, and your friend said the opium and all those kinds there.
Why not or more?
Then the whole Caribbean should be protected by the United States of America.
Okay.
Not only exclusively talking about Venezuela. Because you would also accuse Obisu Betraso accused Suriname. Because European Union at a point accused Suriname, accused Curaçao, and accused the Dutch government said on the national and citizens no and Niama Suriname for the by Europe.
Okay.
But rather or lessen almost softer prison sentence.
Okay.
To Dutch citizens are only dealing drugs in Suriname.
Okay. I think share America nearly 25 minutes of why America is in Venezuela. Ghana position. Minnesota can your statement. Briefly. This is the position that we have to take as a sovereign country. What's your view on that?
Well, I belong to diplomacy.
Okay.
And I'm very much knowledgeable in diplomacy. I strongly say Ghana rushed too much.
We rushed. The statement was rushed.
We rushed.
There are repercussions be?
Yet to be known.
But we rushed.
We rushed.
Why?
Look, we have been pro-democracy, pro-independent. Our stand has not changed. Everybody knows. Pro-independence, pro-democracy. Against invasion. And then also Ghana is signatory to the UN Article 40, 940 protocols, etc. Ghana has defended and supported a lot of countries in their stand against imperialism and all those kind of things. That is true. But you look at the dynamics of events and how the other countries are responding. America, or say, why a unilateral decision? In Obama, why a wild? Or call it Iraq, or catch Europeans, even the British, or catch the Italians, or catch the Spaniards, or catch the Germans, or say either you are with us or you are not part of us.
Okay.
And they were able to whip up the NATO to follow them, even against their wish.
Yes.
The story was not different from when they were going to Afghanistan. They forced them to move with them, and they did. Was the story different from America? I'm talking about Ghana stand.
Okay.
When America together with the NATO, together with your friend is saying, Europe, they went to Gaddafi. They went to Libya to take down Gaddafi, subsequently killing him. The Battle of the Seers. Ghana, near stand to Wahimfa. Only African colony, only African country. Only at that time, only provided today, AU chair, AU building in a Gaddafi sponsor more. Gaddafi was a pivotal role of the new AU, transforming from OAU to AU, with President Kufuor, Thabo Mbeki, your friend say, Obasanjo, and all that. Festus Mogae and all that. Gaddafi was the one who put in money for that operation.
Okay.
When Gaddafi was on the edge being killed, what was the stand of
Ghana?
What did we say?
Rushed.
What did we say? The only country, the only person that went there was Joko Zuma of South Africa. And whilst even he was there, he needed support from the African Union. Said, gather up, let us all come and support our brother. They waited until the United States and other countries warned Joko Zuma, said, when free Krumha, they can protect his interest. In free airspace of Libya. Zuma flight, SZT and normal attack, Echo Bombo, Libya, Tripoli airport, XA, flights almost about 87 aircraft at the same time.
Wow.
What did Ghana say at that time? What was the protest? What do I Africa? Media say, America, Ghana, you can't stand anywhere in America.
We can't cry.
You cannot stand anywhere in America. Upe na watch any sa.
Hey.
And co create a problem. Listen. Papa I in a list. Odo beka say we try 5 years visa. We try 5 years visa. Obi abeko we a president cry now call ba sa kodi lie so. Ena mo informer yen no anim e kwan ya ba ya. Me pacho wo fine no fine. And Uncle Foyer, the Esaberry Institute here, because our man mentioned them, but then we made a letter for some statements via a be officials be me my and a American for trigger that anger and no mutrem. Or no, I coca copacho and answer a chopper be a coso and no mabeka. Now on one yasem, one no coach Venezuela, United Kingdom on Casa on condemn ye, France on condemn ye. Russia cry were cautious.
Yeah.
China were Security Council member superpower.
On Kasai. Now Ghana keteketi.
Yet, now we are just about a month ago. Wasako far countries Roma Beka woman no more visa restrictions. They say Wasabe heightened visa restrictions to a visa ban. Country been saying Sierra Leone. Papa Sierra Leone, why America day? Only any problem. And your rebel. Omni Bianco or the Nabeka home. Ususu Chrono, I listen. The bigger hub of nationals outside, predominantly American no more, followed by the UK, followed by Canada, and then Germany and other parts of the world.
Right.
Now, I want to busuya for visit to Omunyamo. I want to busuya for call. I want no ye. Papa, Pepana watch no. President Trump on Kai, the State Department, they will even ignore. But if they are to stick to the air church, and it was this and it was that. Busaon say Holland Kaden. Busaon say Japan Wakaden. Busaon say South Africa Wakaden. You can condemn the way the diplomatic will let peace prevail. Maybe you condemn the actions of United States. And there a diplomatic language you can't papa obia can be. But if you read through, so if that was the statement Ghana issued out there, maybe I say. Is that the only country in this in the African continent? What that kind of a stand? The government of Ghana issued that. Of course, it was uttered or directed by the president, uttered by maybe foreign ministry.
Yes.
Then I'll say, the foreign ministry, the sentences diplomatically, the statement diplomatically to me was too long.
Okay.
It matters like this. So United States are staple. Gas. What do you mean? 550 aircraft at their good ground. We're taking the sea. We're coding off 48 hours before this operation. Now America captured the airspace.
Venezuela,
not the ground, the airspace.
Airspace,
And we're warning every flight out from the territorial zone of that time.
And plane to me too.
Plane to mark that area. aircraft, no passenger, no commercial jet, no private jet. You don't go in there. The coding of the air first. For fear, say, Russia, China, no be back to their aid. And nobody can hear. We are no coding of the sea. And they know my coding crab 3 months. Almost cow to sea no so that.
Yeah.
Obama what you
say? Pa.
Now we are no. And sana obey there, obekogramina me one almost ground bear 3 months.
That's a special operation on my yacht.
Papa, Omo Kochi Noriga operation just cause Nefe. From military point of view, no, operation ya na ya kono.
Yeah.
Sir, you look at the intelligence that goes into it, and then you look at the battle itself. Now, on the 150 aircraft, Etimaba, where the kai ashate dome, radar control, no, America for take you over. What do I say?
I see.
And we are taking radar space now. Like I said, no radar control unit ne Caracas airport no. Won't me issue instructions on any aircraft say omra.
Okay.
Any aircraft be an American for becho at that time because it's pure. Why ready for war? Why ready for war? No grounded in a year. I feel no call what is called firefight into the presidency. That time no. The satellite image of Maduro, baby or da baby or number. They were looking up, so they go into a battlefield, and one U.S. army, neho anti. Ebinom de call Obama.
That's what my prepared.
Papa they are some now because one of the Apache gunfire and basic form, gunships in basic form no. When in precision, when in baby a walk, when in baby a quantity, when in baby and security, ne guides war. Cuba for a guide no any other winning baby omo.
Okay.
And tom de ka dom disable omo crowded that. And son no am fire. Ne fire nso no we biom the atrocity.
Okay.
Obi antimi me kan e me busa American for say individuals, ordinary citizens, say na American folk mu.
Eku omo.
On say ho asama mai.
This operation ya.
Obi ankan.
Obi American nipa mu we.
Ombetima kwaye sadie no pa hwe fire erupt airspace any the buildings, any area now koche no. And to be catch them and say, citizen biangu. But new of course could protect or say it to be safe, it to be smart, it to be quick. Odika one in November and one in December.
A month fine.
So Obama Christmas present.
Okay.
Na very sharp. Said do catch Nigeria. Tini Bruno. Obama Christmas present. Papa Shakwa omufaso. Eko yi no. Edino, omi no man for answer flight in Manco. Keep on bear 1 hour. Oh, crunimu. Papa 1 hour near den. Chile baby, I dare no.
I dare be.
Go do no wahin. Safe no wahin. A den wire, probity and accountability. One no young no crumo.
Aye.
Yes, wa baby, you know. What say waha, near Kosha or Hansana.
Yeah, the wako.
We say we waha. What I say? Or chain no. On any Kwanu Hiano. But Maduro's government, so accuse you Maduro, so or no the air trafficking. Can you not accuse his interior minister?
Honestly, a part of government.
Can you not interior part? Can you accuse his defense minister? Can you leave his defense minister out?
Not at all.
One the guy the ocean, One the guy the interior, say yanchi woman. Is that not the police? Yes. That's not the minister of interior. So far the list. Yanchi Ubia in the Maduro's government, accused by America. Initially, you accuse the government, headed by the president. What about is the wife a member of the government? Answer is no, but Yachi Obano. And what about the ministers and the government Yanchubia? And the Ajuma di Maduro. Na Ajuma ko di Maduro. Ghana wa woto nchen. Unua oho, oba oho, ye nyina ye kɔ, echina ye mam oho, unua bako. Papa, American name no, o die no. O twene no. O ko jutun echire no. Wan ko pewe alpewe. Na no ani say Obama, the amoye as international community and they all allow, we are allowed.
Yes.
Deliver speech, deliver statement. Opa say tonka. Na Zimbabwe nkasa Ethiopia nkasa African Union na mu grant me issue.
Na Ghana kasa.
African Union. Now the kwashe ECOWAS achi. Na ECOWAS and condemn with that speech. Also your founding member and to bet me ECOWAS akasa. Say and don't speak as Ghana, speak as ECOWAS.
Okay.
Speak as African Union. Speak as just international community which you are part.
Okay.
But descriptively descriptively say the year speech, you know. Me pamcho the foreign ministry, me pamcho Ghana government, America on your government ye dini diagro.
Okay.
Much as sebi ye bet makasa ye sovereignty nation with sovereignty rights, etc. Ebi abeka si ye nsuru bia, be papa, boka si nsuru bia obwa.
Yes,
America usuru.
Ministry.
Wala pass kwa one mouse kwa mawa onye.
Onye.
And to decide this Ghana kwa la pass kwa no $500 million compact you know the ma no. Oba be tutu no kwa. America obetima abeje kwa no. Nti e ba na se kan bibia me pacho Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mun tone down. It is good to condemn on the basis of the international language.
Okay.
Community of the world we are part. Diplomatic language must be measured to some extent, not to harm and to hurt. Say no many abromokon. But the moment Uncle no betinasino. The moment Obama Uncle betinasi said, Omo be analyze speeches, any events, any countries are atutu be a manu woman. Am I come yo?
Ombe peke Ghana.
That's a fair number. Say Germany in Timin condemn ye.
Now
Holland in condemn ye. Belgium on condemn ye. They are being cautious because say America call Afghanistan. A certain countries, Germany, or decided say it's unjustified. Don't call America. Say okay, don't call the ultimate chance. Either you are with us or you are not part of us. Meaning say China sembeto. Into say ebeko humanitarian. Holland or call humanitarian. Spain or call humanitarian.
Wako.
Beto humanitarian. On tutu
ni bi.
Or chenro. Or chenuane. Nemom countries decided say there voluntary betutu Italy or tutu, Spain or tutu, France the one farmer no beto, British one farmer no beto to support America because nom neko. China or one tutu. Russia no. Because Afghanistan nya beef. Ni beef no nya Western world na man in Afghanistan nya beef for 10 who free Russia Federation. And Russia and I say okay or no fine or international community bet. No, Obama ne border.
The old can in America for waiting on mafia.
Obetima mafia big time if they interpret, analyze, and do due diligence of our speech. And if indeed that speech was uttered, written,
it was
edited, and it's official speech that some of us read, I would say it was overpumped.
Okay.
And then the speech overheated the argument of Ghana vis-a-vis America. We don't do that. We don't do that. People must measure the diplomatic language that we issue. When America, Saudi will catch a British on Fahun, Utuma Germany on Fahun, Utuma Holland on Fahun, Utuma China is just nothing. But when you write such a thing and you really power such language to America, telling them off, because Omer Dikami a warning be and chair, say American senator. Committee chairman responsible for a State Department, foreign minister say, Onko can't change the government. Say Onko Chia American companies sky Ghana do muka. More Muhammad Chirum say, and no time I list in the buy more mature what to do. And none idea Chia no the truth to say, Omotre 5 years visa, over story.
Yes.
And a JJ Yamira part of America for the pair. Because say West Africa High Command, any Accra embassy in Siham, cantonments, and Higher Command, anything here be now Omene Edia chair because the whole West Africa, 15 countries, and all the sessions, the embassies in Iran, I had no Higher Command.
Okay.
And President Kufuor played a very key role, say, Assassino. Eda saw the Chewomo, and I say, or the Toma Ukraina, Obin Timinche. But they have and they sit on the bigger acreage of the embassy. In Hanu place. Baby, so President Kwaba, Utimura baby, Utimisha baby, that Timisha baby Pico. In Hanu here, Monty, your country be on payasem. And Tina Bibia no Ashaha, ni prisoner crana no Dika no Abeka. Ya no man near maybe or ha, intimi ma out, and near my boy intimin can, you know me undergrounds be, but for post independent Bepiminano. Only ye developing partner. And they sponsor our military budget. Condemn them. But look at the event.
And the tone.
Okay. Now, woman in military base. Uni Kroma ni amo military base.
Yes.
Uni Kroma.
Yeah, movie.
Do you think say your man military base no? Obi wa other African country a oni no omo nya fan. Omo ni ji ana. Countries omo no omo nya fan. Ogi so many ji say you do military base no.
Okay.
But if not anything at all Obama, you also know say they trust and believe this country. And if not anything, they trust our security. I must just tell you to some extent. So be German the national airline, more or less, the biggest air carrier, national, the biggest air carriers. And yet Delta, any United. Country are non-stop because they must trust you. So Obabisi Washington from African country. Obabisi New York from African country. They must trust you.
Okay.
And to my that trust now. Yemma that trust in ho. Oye na dia ukura ba kaksa kura na mon twentwen so. Obama wati ase. Mata mumrem.
Ade dey see Ghana first country.
Your friend KLM first in the air. The first flight in the air to Europe from Ghana. We are always first in the air.
Well,
international cases is here. Pacho, remember reference of Russia Ukraine. Your president, your former president.
Right.
And now the Danko for the last speech 2024. The UNGA United Nations General Assembly.
Yes.
Okay, speech be ho. Eko can say any Russia bomb that hits on target on Ukrainian land affects the pocket of ordinary Ghanaian. But this is war. Ukrainians are also hitting on target on Russian bomb, Russian soil. Did he say any Ukrainian bomb that hits on target in Russia, it enriches Ghana pocket? No. So these are things. Adia Chinyana Sergey Lavrov, the world most longest serving friend, the foreign minister, Obe accuse you Ghana because Ghana also on any fine. Also don't harshly condemn Russia.
One side.
Emra Yabe head the Security Council as chair country of the Security Council, UN Security 2022. Na Ghana. Israel-Palestine war. And yet the whole world will be condemn, will be against Ghana. People, help di Sarafat to cry a money seat, or African Union seat, and to condemn, and you're bad. Even look at that one, Ghana Koka and say, Israel, Ghana supports two-state affair. Palestine as a state Israel, because near a security council, your voice. Adia China Israeli ambassador, not even the Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. Na nense kura ekọ na agudro akufo nani said dem brana dem right na Ghana or a country be a onu betima ba ka che say two state affair. Meanwhile ya echo these sentiments as a country Ghana with a position of international policy from 1967 Godamaya time and ya che say ye support the two state affair. For 2022
and so you can the same thing.
You the same thing no. Ono bibi nyatanya ukranka ambassador to Ghana over her. You can't be an SNK spelling no. Want ya no kranko because Israel akwajeje na Greek niama. Oso ajeje ne support.
Ojeje Bosian.
Ojeje niama underground. Grant ni aid ojeje.
Asembia so ba na oka bi.
Now America na no akokubia. Me condemn entirely say wanye. But papa obe measure a tone of condemning United States. Emra what taking what is called unilateral action.
Okay. Another issue we see was Roho. They say Burkina for no Russia.
Yes.
And I'm saying so minim baby ayejina ya condemn America idea. Aircraft bi akosisi ho na saying akofansem kakra ba say Burkina president na ne boafu kakra. Ghana for akwachi omo soja for ba yeja omo unsenke hu say ya chief Burkina soja for 19 wa Ghana. Aden yeja omo aircraft no so sanko back.
Me feel say ho no.
Okay.
Why? And he said, Burkina, I get me.
Yes.
Only, if not anything at all, we're catching from ECOWAS zone. A true say, you know, omo border.
Yes.
A true say, omo frontier. Your barrier, your frontier, your border lines, both on the bush. And you know, no man's a friend say zone.
Yes.
What I say? Border enclave no kakra no about 200 meters no edaho. No man say obi anim edaho. Na Burkina army uniformed. Na otima ba rush a Ghana territory mo. What I say? Enye ECOWAS sanctioned. Enye ECOWAS supported. Burkina anya part. Much as me, Burkina, I support their government and whatever. But I completely disagree. A uniform Burkinabe, armed Burkinabe army, without the authorization, without the knowledge of Ghana, i.e. police, Ghana security community, Ghana security intelligence, Ghana military intelligence, BNI, national security, etc., all the community combined, without their knowledge.
No mabaha.
Because you know many military exchanges be ECOWAS will be brushed, they'll be bruised, they'll be angry. You know many exchanges. And one would ask, say, how did they manage to come in? This one brings to the topic, say, the country at the moment, or about 5 to 8 or 10 operating your friend is saying terrorist group.
Okay.
Our government in a fighting. Or Ansawad and Sedi or Ho, Al-Qaeda operate against the government or fight you. And they say, Burkina Faso take positions. And I say, no suspicion of any divert. And I say, troops to be befaho, and tin ordinary troops bow. The idea is say, Omo Yirai. And I say, they didn't know say they were within Ghana territory. And our Basano, you are prompting an anger, say among for whom, sa terrorists no more kono. So almost a Burkina for ebe take cover to come and maybe omo eba bede ebe surrender omo.
Yes.
Then the anger now turns out to Ghana. Do you understand?
Yes.
Me? The anger now turns to Ghana. Then it will open a way for a terrorist group
to come.
No, so the that is how the formation of terrorist groups, in any country number. Or sure baby will be a government troop will be a kote or Ghana don't have that time on our soil. I expected that language. I mean, no, say the Adema American.
Can you be near?
There is the language that should go in there. On what premise? What do you bakra? A woman say you were a Ghana special envoy with Burkina. That is Mr. Lati.
Yes.
Which is okay. And can tell me Mr. Bevlo Lati. And can he speak in yet? And can Mr. Bevlo Lati? I might say quite far so a beer, send ye yano. Na say a true, but me be because unconfirmed minim. But security company, no, that the security community na acknowledge say play and be baho. Na Burkina amen 19 being truly so omo ba border no so. And a Ghana omo. Yes, indeed, Ghana country or Ghana as a country no is self-securitized. Self-securitized in a way, and say self-monitored in a way, say assassin no enyina abani their community into a farmer enihu. But a country bi anka ya aban and assassin any dia. So bi she so yatade no nam kura untim kokasa. And the idea no nti na yentimi formation and the presence of your friends, the terrorist group, rebel group, and said the Nigeria and other countries because of our land system, your culture system, tradition, any land administration, ACIN. In terms now, boy as a country, Obia Ghana ni kran timi a coup, Encotin and Grim, because en support land in your dear. Baby or question will be farm, Nipanko from Kuhua, and ye is safe. It is a uniform a bum. Nay, international uniform from another country, nay, any army or armed, and the exerciser. Now, me expect to say, and Burkina for no back say, and another Ghana government back say, now omo ye air parachuting, and they to me see, and the beer in emergency no, omo parachute to go see about Ghana territory. They seek pardon and then apply for a beer. Your friends say, now I ajobre no ko.
Yeah,
but on inexplicable circumstances, Burkina military uniform about Ghana, year 19, armed men and women. Good. Time Ghana phone call on just immigration officers no mkuhuyen. Thank God say, no man exchanges of gun or fire. In immigration, the chrome you do about the cromuni to back cry. And to go into Menko. And one would say, they did not come in a combat move, but what were they doing in the bush?
But apart from that, someone said you are very aware. Said Nigeria for plane Kobe be cry Kotisi Burkina. Omo detain you for so many weeks. Ghana ne Kobwai. Nti ade na Burkina for the omo de soldier for 19 abewura Ghana. Ade omo plane abesi ana ye de eche omo no. Ye anya statement bia.
In fact, sir, you need make reference to put a Trump debut. So if it is not good here, it is not good here.
Yeah.
I've stated my position. Traore, me okay with the oil. So man kwai nebia changes. Say later krana fine. You know pro democracy.
Yeah.
Obia nhwe say ekro no eye that's okay. Name say ni soldiers. Ebe start rewura ha no. It is a declaration of provocation. So when you provoke, nesibia or military, omuba accidental, incidental, deliberate, and umbaya, emudiahin, the Ghana should let us know. So that the people in the belts, on the belts, you know, our villages or no, whenever in the future they say exercise bisu na ekoso.
Yes.
And you know na ye. Nebia eko was inti money allowed. Me, that was my suspicion.
Okay.
Say bia amu kwai mo be exercise bi you bush. Name because of ECOWAS, yenti money allowed.
Okay.
And unfortunately, no, it be a farmer be an immigration folk who ye there. And no, we'll find a way to water it down in a form of addressing the country.
Yeah.
And no, one can say, abani chantro. A lot of things goes on. They lie about it. They cover it. And the Bakacha say, no more military exercise. And no paratroopers or parachutes, a diver to the Burkina border.
Right.
About Ghana border. You are good to go. But sir, just like that, we don't owe you an explanation. That do you want Trump to owe you an explanation of the actions and inactions? No. And you play a diplomatic card, sir. They're very fairly balanced. But then the security of the country, as a here, if not anything at all, where do the uniform need to room? Already in that angle, no Munsan Kasan our problem.
Right.
Boko our problem. Paga side no, you feel say why are there too much heightened with security? It is a true money near Manema Corny and Kanwasem, near Jaya Diana Kokambia. I don't think Senti Mini Honorable Mutaka. I think that this is an issue on any defense minister, that is the interim defense minister, any the security company or the security community, and for that matter, the government. I think this is an issue. They should take it serious and then address the issue. If they don't need to make the facts general, open to the public, there's a way also to address it so that there wouldn't be any future occurrence.
Okay.
And then BBNC.
Today, yes, share Africa, Maduro, US, I'm sure, say, a very ample time. Now, after the transport issues are now because you discuss 1 hour 10 minutes already, but me 5 minutes be. I mean, okay. Say January. Mampenyi say likely say Benya defense minister. The lack of defense minister now affecting your security for the past 6 months. And now why now want to say obey an ideal prospect for the position of defense?
Your last part of the question, I will not deal with it because the government and the president has his vision and knows people that he wants to use.
No, so was security eye.
Yes, because all of them. If we are picking, of course, defense minister must come from the parliament.
Yes.
We're trying the parliamentary. I'm yet to find out those who have the security.
Not necessarily because now Omane Boama in parliament.
Yes, nevertheless, Omane Boama had a certain qualities of managerial.
Right.
Entina president in Chusuno. You don't need necessarily to be a military.
Yes.
But I'm looking at the general background of all the MPs now. And so Mokasa, security background, to me, I feel say kakra form.
Okay.
Minim de so Chusuno. Notwithstanding, the question that I will answer has to do with, say, a country with their defense minister. It is very bad.
Okay.
It is very poor. Practically, from the time Nyameto and Safre, your defense minister, a country in this modern world without a substantive defense minister is an exposure. And it is a very, very... Burkina border day. Defense minister would have picked the intelligence, but the defense minister that we have now is sitting at the Ministry of Finance. The country most pressured ministry is the finance, because that does and deals with the distribution of money, economy.
Yeah.
Everything has to run through the economy.
Right.
Education, economy, economy. Do you understand me? And as a interim support, Obi Meye holding office and only holding the defense ministry.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. President, with this one, this is the only opportunity I'm taking to speak on this subject.
Yeah.
Not the Minister of Finance. The reason is very simple. The ministry is already too much for him to bear. Minister of Defense also is the defense of the nation because of these days, and especially we have Boko and all that.
Yes.
At what time does he go to sit on economic planning meetings and discuss about economy and brief the presidency and brief the banks and etc. about the economy?
Right.
How does he get time to go and sit with the military? That is wrong. 2, relatively who is doing the work of the same Minister of Defense, you can say, Defense Ministry aside, the next person that you can consider should have been the Interior. Interior police, Interior immigration, Interior prisons, or fire service, or NADBO, all those things. And the Sanka Defense Minister Ninoa, not say yenya substantive, or baby take over and kafa Interior.
Okay.
And now less ministry, science and technology, crown say, but don't to me Defense Ministry and San Koka Minister of Finance. Abraham Morovan said, so I finance minister or what be a defense background and a military background or anything to do with defense there. Okay, because he himself or that history. Only that background or Juma, I want a finance ministry. Yamanu concentrate no nya Juma no na defense ministry so office still nya obia. My interior minister share because it's the police and the same security company on the community no one share. It is wrong. We can't live with that as substantive ministry of a minister of defense for almost about 3 months. It's not done anywhere.
7 months.
It is not. No, sorry.
Yeah.
It's not done anywhere. Mr. President, this one, please, NDC government come up.
Right.
It is not right.